They humiliated a black woman at work with a Coke shower, but her husband's next move shook the entire company. It started with a laugh, a cruel one. Then came the hiss of a soda can cracking open. What followed was unthinkable. But what came after? That shook the company to its core. This is the story of Tiana Brooks, a quiet black woman in corporate America who faced the unthinkable, and whose husband delivered the ultimate clapback. Tiana Brooks walked into Morgan & Beckman Tech that morning like she always did, with grace, confidence, and a smile. She had just finished a successful rollout of a major project and was finally being recognized as a lead engineer. It was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it became a nightmare. But behind those fake smiles and half-hearted congratulations from her coworkers, something sinister was brewing. Her manager, Jake, called everyone into the break room for a quick surprise. Team bonding, he said. There was cake, a banner, laughter. It felt off. Then out of nowhere, Melissa, one of the senior developers, walked up to Tiana, smiling too wide. She held a can of Coke. Here's to Tiana, our diversity hire finally proving her worth. Before Tiana could respond, Melissa popped the can open and dumped it over Tiana's head. Gasps filled the room. Then came laughter. Phones came out. Someone yelled, "World star." Jake didn't stop it. He laughed too. Tiana stood frozen, her silk blouse clinging to her skin, cola dripping from her curls. Not one person defended her. Not one. Tiana grabbed a paper towel, hands shaking, and walked out. She didn't cry. Not yet. She wouldn't give them the satisfaction. Her husband, Marcus, opened the door that night to a sight that stopped him cold. His wife, once so full of light, stood there shivering, damp, and defeated. "Who did this to you?" he asked, voice tight. She told him everything. Every last humiliating detail. The laughter. The silence. Marcus Brooks wasn't just a loving husband. He was an employment lawyer with a reputation for taking down giants. But this wasn't just business. This was personal. He didn't storm into the office. He didn't shout. He built a case. Meticulously. Quietly. And oh, it was airtight. Tiana had years of messages. Subtle microaggressions. Comments about her hair, her attitude, her qualifications. Marcus compiled it all. But the video of the Coke shower? That was the crown jewel. He had it from 3 different angles. They were stupid enough to post it in the company Slack as a meme. 2 weeks later, Morgan & Beckman Tech received a letter. Not just a lawsuit. A media-ready, PR nightmare-inducing, multi-million-dollar demand for racial harassment, emotional distress, and a hostile work environment. Attached were files, videos, names, patterns. The partners panicked. HR scrambled. Jake tried to delete messages. Melissa lawyered up. But the damage was done. The video had leaked. Social media caught fire. #Justice for Tiana trended within hours. News outlets picked it up. Employees started speaking out. Former black staffers shared their own stories. Turns out Tiana wasn't the first. Just the one who fought back. Sponsors pulled out. Clients canceled contracts. Investors started asking hard questions. The CEO made a video apology. Jake and Melissa were put on leave. But it wasn't enough. Tiana, with Marcus at her side, held a press conference. Her voice didn't shake. She spoke not just for herself, but for every black woman who had ever been humiliated, dismissed, and silenced. The company settled. Quietly. For millions. Tiana signed the papers in silence. Marcus sat beside her, smiling. But the money wasn't the real win. The real win was watching Morgan & Beckman Tech burn through its reputation, forced to rebuild its culture from the ground up, because of one woman's courage and her husband's strategy. Today, Tiana Brooks is the founder of a nonprofit that fights workplace harassment and advocates for women of color in tech. She speaks on panels. She mentors. She's respected not for surviving but for refusing to be silenced. And every now and then she still gets emails from people who laughed that day. Apologies. Excuses. She never replies. Tiana Brooks didn't just get drenched in Coke. She got drenched in humiliation, disrespect, and systemic racism. But she rose, because she had a voice and she had someone who believed in her when no one else did. Sometimes justice isn't loud. Sometimes it walks in with a briefcase, receipts, and a plan. Share if you believe Black women deserve safe workplaces. Comment, justice, if you've ever been silenced. If this story moved you, don't scroll past. Share it. Speak up. And if you see something, say something. Because silence is complicated. Hope in shadows, where true stories light the path to justice.